introduce the Cyber Lionz, a project that I've been a part of for a while. And I love the community there. I love the leadership there. And I love what they're doing. So Cyber Lionz, take it away. Appreciate you here.
Thank you very much, Tersis. I appreciate you a lot actually inviting us. By any chance, this is Wolf. I am the community manager. I'm not actually one of the founders, but we have Enigma with us that he's actually one of the founders. So I don't know if you want me to make a small introduction about us, or you want to go?
Go ahead and tell us when you guys minted, what you've done so far, what your plans are, because I know you just started staking, which is really cool, and you have a lot of stuff you've been doing already in the space, and you're doing a lot more that's coming. So yeah, just tell us a little bit about the background of the project, when you minted, what the price was, and what you guys have planned.
Awesome. Okay, so we minted back in February. No, sorry, in March actually, in March, and it is a low supply collection of that 500 cubs, and we are introducing this basically build your lion sort of thing, like build your bear, but instead of a bear, you have the NFT, and then you have two NFTs that you want to like fuse together, and then you would be able to actually choose the traits of each of the NFTs and create it real time, so that you can actually create your own lion, like evolve your cub to a lion. And the team behind Cyber Lionz is a Fueled on Bacon team. They are pretty much developing a lot of the ongoing technology that is going behind the Cyber Lionz, and they are a team that are developing a lot of contracts and Web3 dev stuff for other projects. So they are involved like in quite a good amount of projects currently. Tersis, you have been part of the Cyber Lionz since the very start. I really appreciate you, and it has been a while that we wanted to do something with the Janitors. So as soon as you guys mint, I think Enigma is very, very eager to make a little bit of a collab with you guys.
Beautiful. Yeah, I really love what you guys are doing. And so like he said, people who don't know, if you hold two cubs, right, Enigma, which is the Genesis collection, you can now combine those two cubs. I don't know if you can do it yet, but you will be able to soon. You can combine those two cubs and create a lion, and you can essentially choose the trait between those two cubs, right?
Exactly. Yep. So you have two. First off, I'm going to back up just a little bit. We have our Generation 1 cubs out there. There's 500 cubs out in circulation. So they're fully animated on every single layer, custom tech that we've built out to ensure that we can animate on every layer. Now, just as of this weekend, over half of our cubs are now staked, which is great news. Everybody has great commitment in the project, so that's awesome. They're all generating our internal token Heat. And Heat, one of its many of its uses are going to be stuff that you've seen before with tokenization, such as whitelists, raffles, physical items, things like that. Other things will tie into our game, since we have a playable game experience and we have more game development in the pipeline and plans there. So it's also going to interact with our gaming environments. So the marketplace can affect both game experiences, the classic stuff that you are used to. But then our most novel system is the evolution system, which, kind of like you said, you take two of those cubs, you slot them in. Now, one of them is going to get burnt in the process and will be gone forever. The other one you will continue to keep and have that adorable cub in your wallet. And you could even use him to evolve again to pass on some of those best traits. But you're going to lose that other lion in the process, as well as a stack of heat to accomplish it. So you have to spend the token to do this generation. When you do so, you select for each layer individually what trait you want to pass on from which cub, either the keep cub or the burn cub. So it's not like free choose on the traits. It's what people have within their selection. So right now we're really focused on the Generation 1, rolling that stuff out and showing some of the more interesting dynamics that we can do in that system, as well as the further gaming portions of it. But you can just imagine how people are going to be choosing those traits. So the community is going to define the rarities of the adults. All of those traits pass on to the adults. So that'll be controlled by our community. And then you could see how a new generation of Cubs coming in and going through their Pride of the Pride games and staking and earning their heat and also being able to evolve, how then they would have traits that would become very desirable. So something really cool right now, we may end up with a lot of lions having what's deemed as like, you know, the cool thing, like the lightsaber, and say something less cool in the handheld, like a burger, even though I think that's super cool, then might be super rare in the lions. So then people are trying to score those. So it becomes this hopefully perpetual system of trying to adapt those DNAs and chasing the traits through permutations and generations of the lions.
Right. So that's cool. So essentially, there are certain traits, obviously, that people think are really cool traits. Like you said, the lightsaber. But if you really want, if you think about it, if you want something that's going to be rare, you kind of want to choose a trait that may be common with the Cubs that people aren't going to transfer over to the Lions, right? So it may be do it, but who knows? That's what's cool about it.
Yup, exactly. And you can think of some kind of generational traits too. For example, and sorry if this is some alpha I'm leaking out there, everybody's going to make this play now, but we had coronavirus masks for our Cubs in the initial generation run. And that was the only trait that I heard some people like, didn't love that. And hopefully we're, moving where mask usage has become more and more optional and everything. So ideally, maybe in future generations, we don't have masks and, coronavirus masks, and maybe there's some other trade out there mixing around. But you can imagine then several generations, if we continue to be so lucky to have you guys support, several generations from now, that's an incredibly rare trait to be holding in your wallet on that original Cub. Right. That might be highly desirable, especially when we start pulling those traits into our gaming experiences, into the experiences with our partners and everything. Because as Wolf was kind of talking on, we're kind of building out this core tech, and we're passionate on several projects and are lucky enough to work on several projects in different capacities. So we're always looking for ways to integrate those. And additionally, right now, I think those collabs are so important. And I saw your guys' announcement, which I think is amazing. And I think that of all the peers, I've looked at the projects of the people speaking today too. And I think looking at your announcement, I feel the same exact way that we're seeing a lot of these big hype projects kind of dying. And this is a time for a focus on builders and real Web3 tech development. And that's what I see here. That's what I see with the janitors of the concept. I think you joined our server January 13th, I think. I've been in the janitor since about then, so super hyped. So it's been a real adventure, and I'm really happy. I think you guys got the right direction. I'm really excited.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where for us, and I think for all the projects involved today, you just kind of have to, despite what the market is doing, you just have to believe in what you're building and just keep building. And if you're confident in what you're building, you're going to continue to build, and you're going to do okay. And so I think that's the hardest part for a lot of people and a lot of projects right now. People start looking at the market and they're saying, well, are we going to be all right? Are we going to make it? What should we do? Should we pivot to something that's that people are liking right now? Well, the meta changes almost every single week, almost every single day. And you can't base your project on what the market is going to do, because if you pivot and you try to change to something else, 2 weeks later, you're going to be caught in, you're going to be behind already. And so you kind of just have to stick with what you're doing, be confident what you're building, and keep building. And, one thing I always preach in our server, and I preach to everybody who I talk with, I like to bet on people, and you guys have a great team between you and Wolf, and even Ertz as a mod. He's fantastic. He's got incredible alpha. So you guys have built not only a cool project backed by some great Web3 developers who are building out contracts for other projects throughout the space, successful projects. You also have a team of community members who are really good alpha callers on top of everything else you guys are doing. So it's a super undervalued project for what you guys are bringing to the space. And then now you're potentially you're bringing in you're essentially creating a taking 500 Cubs, which is now going to be deflationary, which essentially could make the price go astronomically high. And then you're bringing into this space a new fully the lions, the adult lions are going to be fully animated as well, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we had to custom write all of our stuff to animate on every layer, essentially creating a animation buffer and compiling them all together. And now what we're doing is we've moved that to the cloud for the real-time generation as you select your traits. So we're in final testings of that, and then we'll roll out evolving as well as its marketing campaign, and then as well as our implementation of our marketplace and some other things that are coming up. So, yep.
Yeah. And then also on top of all that you guys are doing, you've got a game already that's playable, and you have some levels in this game, right, that are based on projects that you've partnered with, like Zooverse, right?
Yeah, so that was a great thing, and that's one of the places where I think we can offer a lot of value with our project. These collabs are so important, and being able to attract good collab partners is so important. Wolf is constantly talking about, the floor place really helps. Showing how dedicated your holders really helps to get these awesome opportunities, as you were talking about for our community. But I think another really appealing part is we have our base game, which is an infinite runner, Kaiju Kings kind of style runner that we have available, that we've created levels. We did the Zooverse collaboration level. Actually, technically, the Egypt level 2 was inspired by Cleo from Platoon DAO. She wanted an Egyptian level with a pink cub. So yeah, we can make levels very quickly for our partners like Zooverse. And now we're working on gating that content by ownership where desirable. So we'll actually be checking your wallet, reading metadata, and allowing different levels and things of that nature based on NFTs that you hold from our ecosystem and from our partners. So yeah, so we'll do that. We'll continue to do that. And we have other game experiences beyond the Endless Runner that we're hopeful to develop as long as the support continues.
That's awesome. Well, hey, we really appreciate you guys coming on. Love what you guys are doing. I cannot
Thanks so much.
wait for the janitors level that you guys are creating. I am so pumped for it. Just kidding.
I have had some. I think Wolf was hinting at that. I a long time ago pushed some idea concepts out there, so definitely think we should talk. Thank you so much for having us, and I really can't wait to hear. I'm going to be sticking around as long as I possibly can before my meeting to listen in, because I've been checking out these projects too, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, he was the one who got me in on the mint, and I minted in the public mint, even though it sold out so fast. I think it was a matter of seconds. I was fortunate to grab.
Yeah, you got in there. Wow.
And grab a few on secondary as well. So I love what you guys are doing, and looking forward to the project continuing to grow.
Thank you very much for having us. And I can't believe you actually got one. I tried and I failed to get one on public. So yeah.
I actually meant 2 on the public because I think that was the max. And for some reason, I ended up getting 1, but the second one didn't go through, even though they were the same transaction somehow or another. I only got 1, but I was super thankful to even grab 1.
Good for you, because seriously, it went actually very fast, and I was actually like super happy about it. But I was super sad because I actually wanted to grab more. I copped a little bit more on secondary, though.
Yeah.
So yes. So thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming, and looking forward to potentially doing some more of these with you guys. Love what you guys are doing. Could definitely see us continuing to partner with you guys down the road.